like that. You can see just the ends. And again, this one I'm going to put a little glue in, but I'm not going to use a rubber band because there's no place to put it for one thing. And up here, it's pretty solid. You have a lot of mass here, so it just stays pretty good. And like I said, this is just one of the many ways that I put frets in. I mean, if everything is cool, the neck has a nice relief in it, and everything is nice. Sometimes you just go bang, 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 put the frets in, no problem. And sometimes when you have a neck that's too soft, or a little bit on the soft side, I should say, then there's another procedure you do. You know, I start putting the frets in the middle, and I try to keep the slot tight. So I do get that to force it back a little bit. You know, so there's all kinds of ways to put frets in. Anybody who tells you, well, this is the way I do it, well, good luck with that one. Because there's many ways, especially whenever you start refretting old guitars like, oh, man, back with Danny Armstrong, me and Eddie, I should say Eddie and I, some of those old Gibsons that came in that were refretted 9,000 times. The slots were like a mile wide, and you're going to put the frets in the way you think you should. No, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you should know. And I learn things every day myself. I'm not saying I know it all either. I'm always looking for another way to do things. Again, the same procedure. I just tap on each side and then work my way towards the middle. And up here, this is a short scale bass too. That's the other thing I mentioned. You're not going to have a lot of tension on this thing in the first place. You've got a stiff neck, 32-inch scale, and then Les uses pretty light strings. I think on this bass he uses 40, 60, 75, 95. That's pretty light. So there's not a whole lot of tension going to be on this bass, and the neck is stiff. So that's why I'm really going through all this to get the neck to settle and relax. It's going to be perfect, I know it. And in the end, when I'm done with this, it'll be really cool. But this is the way you have to do it. And it's the way I think you have to do it. And I usually wear earmuffs when I do this so I don't hurt my ears, but I look kind of silly with them, and I wanted to look handsome for the camera, so. Do I look handsome? Yeah, pretty good. And not too bad. I mean, you know, hey guys, you all missed my birthday. I just turned 70. I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep on doing it too. I'm going to be doing this. You know what they said? I read about Antonio Stradivari. That guy was in his workshop when he was in his 90s. He was making violins. Yeah. Well, as long as people like Pete and Joe are around to help me, I'll keep doing it. And then, I usually don't cut these ends off right away either. And the reason I do it on this one, again, it's a short scale bass, 29 frets. If I put all these frets in here, I'm going to have a heck of a time getting in here trying to cut these things off. So I very carefully cut them as I go. Again, like I said, I normally wouldn't let them set for a while, but... And that's that. That's how I put frets in on this particular instrument. Let me just show you while we're here. Oh, the tape here, I put that on because sometimes when I'm gluing the frets a little bit, they pound the fret and some of the glue pops out, and you don't want to get it on the bass, so that's why the tape is here. That's it. That's the way that looks so far. I'll have it done by the end of the day. And then we'll be putting the pickups and the bridge on. Everything, all that'll be done tomorrow. But this is the bass. This is Les's new toy. Pete, you might want to pan around here too while we, if you have time. There's a couple of instruments we're working on. I think who's this? The Lee Petticord, right? down in Pennsylvania somewhere, I think. This is a 5-string with the hip shot bridge, Kent Armstrong pickups, beautiful piece of Cody, Coca-Cola in the back. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I have to admit, guys out there, people who think I'm a genius or anything else, most of this carving, hey, take the camera and point to Pete, okay? Joe's going to hold the camera, and we're going to show you who Pete Hilton is. Pete's the one who did most, I would say, all the carving on this. Joe did most of the sanding, you know. It's been a while since I've done all the carving. Back in, like the original Les Claypool base back in 1976, I did that, and Pete did a wonderful job of copying them. You know, I might mention something now while I got all you people's attention.